game between the Worthington Trojans and the Windom Eagles. The starting lineup for the Worthington Trojans offense. At offensive tackle, number 77, a senior, Trevor Wietzema. At offensive guard, a sophomore, number 78, Ben Olschlager. At center, a junior, number 55, King Blanchett. At offensive guard, number 61, a sophomore, Nick Putnam. At offensive tackle, a senior, number 68, Joe Pavelko. At fullback, a senior, number 10, Troy Aktenapong. At tailback, a junior, number 22, Robert Lovan. At slot back, a senior, number 40, Johnny Murillo. At wide receiver, a junior, number 85, Nathan Russell. At wide receiver, a sophomore, number 32, Sean Hurley. At quarterback, number 1, sophomore, Tucker Sorensen. Worthington is coached by Brad Grimius and assisted by the Worthington assistant coaching staff. And now, the starting lineup for the Windom Eagles. Quarterback, number 9, freshman Luke Gilbertson. At right tackle, number 54, senior Tyler Morgan. At right guard, number 79, senior Gavin Mutz. At center, number 68, Zach Steen. At left guard, number 75, sophomore Jesse Bigman. At left tackle, number 53, sophomore Devin Homer. At fullback, number 8, senior Kyle Ante. At running back, number 2, junior Riley Espenson. At running back, number 4, junior Devin Nielsen. At wide receiver, number 12, Jeff Pepper. And number 5, wide receiver, junior Austin Pass. Eagles are coached by Bobby Elwell and assisted by the Windom assistant coaching staff. Tonight's official referee is Corey Haney. Umpire is Gary Holmstead. Head linesman is Jim Simpson. Line judge is Colby Swanson, and back judge is Dave Pratt. Kicking off for the Windom Eagles is number 53, Devin Homer. Number 54, Tyler Morgan on the stop. Returning is number 6, Ochetow.
Hello, Windom Eagles fans. We're back again Friday night with your Windom Eagles versus the Worthington Trojans.
Antes and Zamzow on the stop.
That was Matt Thiesfeld, and I am Adam Farig. We welcome you to the Channel 22 broadcast of a Windom Eagle football, where it is homecoming week at Windom High. And tonight the Eagles will face the Worthington Trojans. And there's a give up the middle, and he will be stopped for a loss by Devin Homer.
Tackled for a loss. Robert Levan on the run. Brings up 3rd and long.
It'll be 3rd and about 13 yards for the Trojans. And Sorensen will take the snap out of shotgun and toss it to Lovan, who will find a small gap, but be stopped before the first down marker.
Tyler Morgan on the stop.
About 4 yards short, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Trojans here on this opening drive.
4th and 4 for the Trojans.
And a big substitution here for Worthington, as we expect their punt team to come out onto the field. Nielsen will drop back deep for Windom. And it'll be Nathan Russell of Worthington to punt. And that's Nielsen and Fastback for the Eagles to return. Good punt is up. Fair catch called by Nielsen. Down by the about 28-yard line.
Fair catch for the Eagles. Eagles will start at 1st and 10.
And now we see the
29.
Eagles offense for the first time, led by freshman quarterback Luke Gilbertson, making his second start this year. In for the injured quarterback Sam Huska. Sam has a broken collarbone and is out for the rest of this season. And Gilbertson takes the snap out of shotgun, throws a quick screen to Espenson. He'll avoid a tackle and gain about 7 there.
Gilbertson with the completion to Espenson.
Getting the ball up to about the
by number
38-yard line.
Brings up a Windom Eagles 2nd down and 1, 2.
And the Eagles come out with 2 receivers to each side, with Gilbertson in the shotgun. Antes lined up next to him. Espenson will go in motion, but a flag will be thrown, and that'll be a false start against the Eagles.
False start on the Eagles will bring up 2nd down and 6.
So that'll move the Eagles back 5 yards, making it now 2nd and 6 from their own 33-yard line. The Eagles sure like to stick to that 4-receiver set with 2 to each side. And Espenson goes in motion again. He'll get the carry, and he'll be met right away in the backfield.
Rogers on the stop.
Tackled for a loss by Torrey Rogers of Worthington. So that'll bring up 4th and long now for Windom.
Brings up about a third and long.
Third and long.
Four wide receivers out again. Shotgun, or Gilbertson in shotgun.
And Espenson motions to the left. And he'll motion right back. And Gilbertson will bobble the snap, but still get the pass out to Nielsen. And that pass will be dropped. Now that brings up 4th down.
4th down for the Eagles.
Fourth and about 10 here for Windom. And the punt returner Nielsen is set to punt the ball off. That'll be Troy Eknapong of Worthington back. And that ball will just get into Worthing territory, coming out of bounds at the Worthington
Nielsen
47.
On the punt. No
It's a pretty good starting field position here for the Trojans,
their own 46.
as they are just short of midfield.
47.
And they hope for a more successful drive than their last one, which was a 3 and out. And Sorensen comes out under center for the Trojans. He'll give it up the middle, and he'll find some room to the outside, shaking a few tackles until Devin Nielsen brings him down, ripping off his helmet.
Lovan on the run.
And it looks like that
Nielsen
will be a
on the
face
stop.
mask on Nielsen, but we'll wait for the official call.
He gained 19 yards for the Trojans.
So a big first down there for the Trojans. And they'll tack out another 15 yards for the face mask.
Personal foul face mask on the Eagles. It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
So the Trojans gain 34 yards on a 19-yard carry and a 15-yard penalty.
So bring up a 1st and 10.
And
For the
that'll put the
Trojans
Trojans inside
on
the
the
red
19.
zone at the 19-yard line. With first down coming up. Sorensen back out under center with 2 running backs behind him, a wing and 2 receivers. He'll give it to the right this time to Lovan. He'll look for room to the outside, and it looks like he'll scramble right around the first down marker, but there is a flag thrown.
Pepper on the stop for the Eagles.
Might have been holding there against the Trojans. And that will be holding. That'll take back 10 yards.
Holding penalty on the Trojans.
Quite a bummer to get taken back 10 yards after a nice run by Levon.
Yeah, he sure is a quick back over there. He's good at making those quick cuts and getting up the field fast.
You got that right, Adam.
And he's had his fair share of broken tackles so far here tonight. So still first down for the Trojans. They are now starting from their own 23-yard line. 1st and 15. Sorensen under center takes the snap. He'll give it to the wing, Johnny Murillo. And he'll just gain a yard. Or a few yards, actually. Bringing up 2nd and 11 from the Windom 20.
Carry by Johnny Murillo for the Trojans. Bring up about a 2nd and 11.
So the Trojans just on the edge of the red zone as they look to capitalize on the good field position. Worthington back out in the same formation. Sorensen will take the snap and toss it out left, this time to Landegard in the backfield, and a nice tackle made by Riley
Vanguard
Espenson,
on the run for the Trojans.
only allowing 2 yards on the carry. Third down now for the Trojans. Third and 9 from the Windom 18.
A stop here by the Eagles would be very prime. Get another chance in offense. Score before they do, right, Adam?
First one to score usually has a bigger advantage.
You got that right, Adam.
And whistles are blown, and Worthington would like to take the first time out of this game.
Timeout taken by the
6:29 left to play in the first quarter. We are still scoreless here on homecoming night at Island Park. And of course, following the football game, we have our traditional homecoming dance at Windom High School. We have a brand new DJ this year, so that should be lots of fun. And of course, before the game, we had our wonderful Windom Eagle pep band, led by drummer Matt Thiesfeld.
Directed by Eugene Hanchett,
who is a wonderful man. Also plays a pretty mean tuba. And both teams now take the field out of the timeout. Trojans have it 3rd and 9 from the Windom 18.
Two wide receivers out.
And we might expecting the Trojans to throw the ball for the first time, but they won't. They'll give it back to Lovan. He'll find some room on the right side. He'll scurry forward for a first down.
Riley Espenson on the stop.
At the Windom Eagles 6.
Carried by Lovan.
Bringing up first and goal for Worthington. As boy, they're marching on this drive.
Goal from the 6-yard line.
Sorensen still under center, as they have one wing, 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers. He'll give it to the fullback, and he'll be stuffed right away at the line. So no gain there for the Trojans.
Carry made by Rogers for the Trojans.
And that was Tory Rogers on the
stop.
carry for Worthington, with Devin Homer making the tackle for Windom. And looks like the Trojans actually lost a yard there. So 2nd and goal now from the 7. Worthington now showing a different set, as they have 2 receivers, 1 man on the slot, 2 men in the backfield, and quarterback in the pistol. And it'll be a toss out left to Levon, and he'll get into the end zone. He'll fumble the ball, but not till he crosses the line.
Touchdown.
So Worthington hits the scoreboard first,
Lovan
taking a 6-0
with
lead
the touchdown.
on the Eagles with 5:23 left to play in this first quarter. And now we'll see the Worthington extra point unit.
Extra point to be attempted by Sorensen of the Trojans.
And number 51, Manuel Dominguez,
Dominguez of the Trojans.
set to kick the extra point with quarterback Sorensen holding. And the extra point will be good.
Dominguez.
And a flag is thrown for hitting the kicker. And it looks like Dominguez is down. Well, he sure took an awkward shot there.
Trojans with an early lead, 7-0.
Well, it looks like Riley Espenson who hit him. And yeah, his left leg just looked like it kind of bent there. That's why you always got to protect the kickers as much as you can. They're always in a vulnerable state when they kick the ball. And boy, yeah, he's in a lot of pain down there.
Right now at McDonald's, get 5 meals for under $5. Only at McDonald's.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. I said so, I keep it.
Him the best.
Worthington's kickoff team out on the field as the Windom Eagles join them. Nielsen and Fast will be back to receive.
And with the 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty, Worthington is going to kick off from the Windom 45. So certainly a far point up the field to be kicking from, as they hope to pin the Eagles deep in their own territory. Dylan Nelson to kick here for the Trojans. Nielsen will field it from the 4. He'll make his way to the outside, and he'll run out of bounds at the 26. And a flag will be thrown as he took a late hit there. Wasn't a big hit, but it was contact from the kicker, Dylan Nelson.
Dylan Nelson on the stop.
And of course, he ran out of bounds to avoid the contact.
No flag on the play.
And I guess that flag is going to be waved off, even though he was clearly out of bounds when he got hit. So Windom will start their drive from the 26-yard line
25.
after the 22-yard return by Nielsen. And we'll see the Eagles offense for the second time tonight. Gilbertson gives it to Antes out of shotgun. He'll find some room. And a nice low tackle made there.
Kyle Antes on the run.
By number 6 of Worthington.
Tackle made by G.
A
Brown.
7-yard gain.
Ojothau.
2nd and 3 for the Eagles.
Certainly a hard name
That
to
made by
say.
Ochothau.
That it
Ojothau.
is.
Ojothau, as Mr. Kuntz says. Gilbertson under center now in the I formation. Flag will be thrown. False start against the Eagles.
False start on Windom.
And that'll make it
5-yard
2nd
penalty.
and 8 now for the Eagles.
So bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Eagles.
2nd and 8 now for the Eagles after that false start penalty. Gilbertson now lines up in shotgun. 2 wide receivers out. Drops back to, rolls to his right, passes to Austin Fast, wide open. He makes a catch, a couple yards past the first down.
Gilbertson completion to Austin Fast. Brings up a Windom Eagle. First down.
So after the big reception by Fast,
At 10 upon
Windom will have
stop
1st and
the
10 from the 39-yard line. And a great pass and nice route there from Gilbertson and Fast. Gilbertson able to find the wide open receiver, and Fast able to get himself wide open. So the Eagles come out in I formation. And the snap will be fumbled, and it looks like Worthington might have fell on top of it. But you never know what can happen in the bottom of a dog pile. And Windom
on
did
the
fall
recovery.
on top of it. Gilbertson recovered the fumble.
Brings up a second and 11 for the Eagles.
So that'll drop Windom back a few more yards, making it 2nd and 11. And a good job by Gilbertson to fall on top of that ball, preventing the turnover and preventing Worthington from having great starting field position. And Gilbertson comes back out in shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. He'll toss to Antes. Antes will try to get to the outside, but a nice tackle made by
Windom.
Murillo.
Stop made by
Worthington.
number 40, Murillo, for the Trojans. Third and 12 for the Eagles.
So Antes will lose a yard on that carry, bringing up 3rd and 12 from their own 37-yard line. And in this situation, we'll probably be expecting a pass play, as 3 receivers are lined up to the left. One of them in the slot, that is Riley Espenson, and he will look to pass, and that ball will be way overthrown on the curl route to Austin Fast, bringing up
Pass
4th and
intended
long
too fast.
for Windom.
Brings up 4th and long for the Eagles. Nielsen. It's a punt for Windom.
Windom's punt team coming out with, again, Devin Nielsen punting the ball. And Troy Eknefong back to receive the punt.
And a nice punt there by Nielsen.
Received at about the 25-yard line.
He'll make a quick move, and a nice job by Tyler Morgan to bring him down at the 25-yard line.
Ektenapong on the return for the Trojans.
Ektenethong almost got out of that tackle, but Morgan was
First and
able to
10
trip him
from
up
the 25 for Worthington.
just before he started taking off again. So Worthington starts this drive from their own 25-yard line. Sorensen back under center. He'll give it to the left side to Lovan, and he will be stopped at the line.
Gavin Mutz on the stop
So
for
good
Windom.
defensive
Brings
play
up
there
2nd
for the
and 10
Eagles
for the Trojans.
to prevent the Worthington from gaining anything there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Trojans. And Worthington will take their
Timeout taken
second
by
time out
Worthington.
of the half with
There were a set
2:24
of
left to
keys
play.
found by the concession stand. If you lost a set of keys,
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now.
remember to keep Island Park clean. Please throw away your trash in the receptacles.
And we always want to keep Island Park nice and clean. Beautiful ballpark down here. One of the best baseball fields in the South. It's a classic.
You got that right, Adam.
And both teams take the field out of the timeout. Sorensen gives it to Lovan. And once again, Lovan is stopped at the line, this time by Tyler
Morgan
Morgan.
and Antes on the stop for Windom.
But a flag was
Run by
thrown.
Lovan.
That'll be holding against the Trojans, taking that play back.
Offensive holding on the Trojans. Windom will decline the penalty. This will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Trojans.
So Windom does not want to take the penalty. Instead, bringing up 3rd down and 10. Worthington yet to get past the 25 on this drive. Now 2 receivers out, 1 man in the slot. Sorensen in the pistol. Ochita will go in motion, but he will not get the carry. That'll be Eknadong on the carry. And a nice low tackle made by Jeff
with
Pepper.
an 8-yard gain for the Trojans. Pepper and Espenson on the stop for Windom.
That play was made at the 33-yard line. 33-yard line, bringing up 4th down.
Bring up a 4th and 2 for Worthington.
And 2 yards to go. As once again, Nielsen in a fast drop back deep for the Eagles. With Nathan Russell to punt it off for the Trojans.
Nielsen and fast back to receive the punt.
And Nielsen waits for the fair catch, but he fumbles it. But he'll fall on top of it.
No return on the play.
Windom will start this drive from their own 26-yard line.
From the 26.
And once again, we see the Windom Eagle offense hoping to mount a better drive than the past 2. And Antes gets the carry out of shotgun. He'll be brought down after about a 5-yard gain.
Antes on the carry for Windom. 6-yard gain. Stop made by number 21, Gall, for the Trojans.
Gain of about 6 yards there.
Windom.
Bringing up 2nd and 4. Gilbertson back in shotgun, Antes to his side. Nielsen goes in motion, but Antes gets another carry. And he'll make some quick moves and be brought down at the 42-yard line, and another flag is thrown.
Nice running by Antes on those last 2 plays.
But that nice run will be called back on a holding penalty. So Windom now 2nd down and about 6 to go from their own 30-yard line.
Gilbertson lines up in shotgun with receivers on both sides of him.
Now goes under center and gives the ball off to Nielsen, who will just gain about a yard.
Nielsen on the carry for Windom.
Getting to the 31-yard line. Bringing up
to bring a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Made by number 71, Ty Bean.
And our clock is winding down here in the first quarter.
At the end of the first
and
quarter,
that'll do it.
Worthington Trojans 7, the Windom Eagles 0.
After one, the Trojans lead 7-0.
In other Big South action right now, Marshall is ahead 14 over Jackson at 0. 14-0, Marshall over Jackson after the first quarter. Again, Eagles fans and visitors, if you want to win
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you just a little bit. Hey, baby, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
And we've switched sides now. Eagles now defending the right side of the field. Eagles will
Eagles will
start
have
the
a third and
quarter
five
at
from the 31.
3rd and 6. Ball on their own 31. 2 receivers out. Nielsen in motion. And a flag is thrown. And it looks like Peffer was lined up offside
penalty
there.
on the Eagles. So bring up 3rd and 10.
So another penalty
From the
at the line
26.
for the Eagles, as they've been struggling just to get a playoff without a whistle being blown. Still 3rd down for Windom. 3rd and 10 from their own 26. Espenson motions, and he won't get the carry, but Anches will get the screen. And a good team tackle there. Made by Torrey Rogers.
Rogers and Pavelko.
Loss of about 5 yards on the play.
For Worthington, this will bring up 4th and long for the Eagles.
And Nielsen back to punt again for
Nielsen
Windom.
on the field to punt.
And Eknefong back to return for the Trojans. And a low snap, but Nielsen still gets the punt off. Fielded right at midfield. Tyler Morgan makes another
Tyler
special
Morgan
team
on the
tackle.
stop for Windom. Ektenapong on the return.
But Worthington will start this drive in Eagle territory at the 41-yard line.
The 1st and 10 from the 41 for Worthington.
Worthington comes to the line, starting with this wonderful field position in Eagle territory. Sorensen gives it off to Levon. He'll get to the outside. And a nice low
on the
tackle
carry.
made by Austin Fast.
Austin Fast on the stop for Windom.
After about a 6-yard gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 for the Trojans.
That'll bring up 2nd and 4 for Worthington.
Sorensen under center again.
That'll be a fake to Levon. He'll roll out right. And he'll keep it himself. And he'll find some room. And he'll finally get knocked out of bounds by Ryan Zanzow.
Sorensen on the run for Worthington.
But not until Sorensen picks up a 1st down and a lot more. Getting inside the Windom red zone
Brings up a
to
1st
about the
and 10
12-yard
from
line.
the 12 for the Trojans.
And of course, Concussion's always a big thing for Windom, as we have a lot every prime territory to attack.
Up 2nd and 2 for
Looking
the
to
Trojans.
add on to the 7-point lead. And now Windom is going to take their first timeout of the half. They have 2 remaining, and the Trojans are left with 1 timeout.
Quite a nice night out here at Island Park. Temperature about 65, no wind.
A big contrast from last week's game, where I had to bust out the old winter jacket. Bum, bum, bum.
As we have a short pause here in the game, just to give some credit to the other mass media group, Ethan Clare, video mixing downstairs, Brian Ogeka doing camera, doing a very nice job.
And of course, Mr. Eric Hansen for putting this all together. And Sorensen will give it to Lovan. Lovan will run into his own man, but
Lovan on the
still
carry
gain around
for
a
the
yard.
Trojans. Morgan and Homer on the stop. For Windom brings up a 3rd and 2 for Worthington.
No gain there on the play.
3rd down and short now for the Trojans on the Windom 5. Sorensen now in shotgun with 3 backs around him. He'll fake it up the middle, keep it for himself, and walk into the end zone for an easy
Sorensen on the run
touchdown,
for the touchdown for the Trojans.
expanding this lead to 13 points. As the Eagles still have yet to get on the board or even to mount a threatening drive. Dominguez back on to kick the extra point.
For Worthington.
Must not have been too hurt from that last one.
No good.
That one will miss wide right. Maybe he was just a little rattled because he didn't want to get hit again.
Could be, Adam, could be.
Worthington 13.
It's all a mental game down there.
0.
Got to be strong mentally.
You got that right, Adam.
So 13-0 the score here. The Trojans leading in our Windom homecoming game.
Both teams taking the field as Worthington sets off for kickoff. Nielsen and Fast back to receive the kick again.
Dylan Nelson sets to kick it now for the Trojans. And there's the kick. A high but short kick will be fielded by Ryan Zamzow. He'll break some tackles, and he'll take it. And a big return there for Zamzow, finding a great gap. And that'll start the Eagles on the Trojan 40. So Zamzow's first return of the year.
Brings
It's
up a
big
1st
one.
and 10 for Windom from the 39.
Let's hope the Eagles can use this as some momentum. Score a touchdown.
See if they can shorten this lead before the half. So wonderful return by Ryan Zamzow. Sets the ball up on the 39-yard line as Antes gets the carry. He'll fall forward for about
Antes with a 5-yard gain.
5-yard gain.
Goal on the stop for Worthington. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Eagles.
Gilbertson back in shotgun again with Antes right next to him, and they'll motion into an I formation. Espenson, the tailback. He'll gain about 1 more yard there.
Riley Espenson with a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by number 68, Joe Pavelko. Brings up a 3rd and 4 for Windom.
Eagles really needing the first down on this play to keep this drive going after a nice return by Ryan Zamzow.
And Gilbertson will give it up the middle to Antes. He'll lose a couple yards.
Antes on the carry for the Eagles.
So that'll bring up 4th down for the Eagles.
Brings up a 4th and 6 for Windom.
It's a 52-yard field goal if they want to take a shot at it. But my guess is going to be that they probably won't. Maybe if we have the future Blair Walsh and Devin Nielsen. But they don't want to risk it. They'll have Gilbertson in the shotgun. Trips receivers to the left. Espenson will motion. Gilbertson looks to pass. A slant route by Fest.
Great catch made by Austin Fast as he takes the slant in.
With the catch.
Good throw by Luke Gilbertson as well. Got right to him.
Brings up a Windom Eagle.
Now with the Eagles a first down.
The Worthington defender, when he tackled him, kind of like suplexed him.
Looked kind of painful.
Nice little wrestling move there. So after the big completion and the first down, Eagles start from the 24-yard line, and Antes gets another carry. He'll get the first down, but another flag is
On the
thrown.
carry. Rogers on the stop for Worthington.
So the flags have been kind of the story of the night so far, as there's already been a bunch thrown. This one will be in the Eagles' favor.
Face mask on
A
Worthington.
face mask against the Trojans will tack on an extra 15 yards to an already big gain for the Eagles.
This will be another Windom Eagle.
So inside the 10 now are the Eagles. The closest they've come to being a threat so far in this game. Espenson will line up in the backfield along with Nielsen and Antes. Gilbertson will roll out to the left. He'll look for Antes, but that ball will be tipped.
Pass incomplete, intended for Nielsen. Brings up 2nd and goal for Windom.
So Gilbertson trying to squeeze the ball into a window there,
Blanchett breaking up the pass.
as Worthington had really good defensive coverage there. No receivers were open. Gilbertson kind of had no option there. Gilbertson will take it under center, give it to Espenson up the middle.
Comes up
Riley
a
Espenson
little bit
on the run.
short of the goal line, maybe about a yard or two. But a good run by Riley.
Rogers on the stop. and Blanchett.
And that'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and goal from the 2 for Windom.
Gilbertson under center. Gives it to Espenson again. And it looks like he'll make it into the end zone. So the Eagles get on the scoreboard with 5:12 left to play. Back-to-back carries for Espenson results in a touchdown. The Eagles finally erase that 0 off the scoreboard and replace it with a 6. As this lead is narrowed down to 7 points.
Devin Nielsen will be kicking the PAT.
With Gilbertson holding.
Devin Nielsen to attempt the extra point for Windom.
And a nice kick for Nielsen. Clears the home run
Trojans
fence.
13, Windom Eagles 7.
And this lead is narrowed down to 6. So a nice drive there for the Eagles. Started, of course, by the big return from Ryan Zamsel. 39 yards later, they find themselves in the end zone. So 13-7 now the score. Worthington clinging on to that 6-point lead, as the Eagles have found a spark of momentum. Homer set to kick off, but we're missing a ball. And we finally have a game ball, so we can resume action. Homer lines up 10 yards deep, so we can get a nice big run up on this kick.
Kick is low and short, received just at the 30-yard line. Looking for somewhere to go, but gets stopped by a mob of Eagles.
Returned by number 21, Eli Gall.
And Eli Gall on the return.
A whole kettle
For
of Eagles
Trojans.
on the stop.
Trojans will start this drive at their own 35-yard line.
So bring up a Trojan 1st and 10 from the 35.
Sorensen back under center. 2 men in the backfield, a wing, and 2 receivers. Levon gets another carry. This time stopped in the backfield
Levon on the carry.
by Jesse Pigman of Windom.
Hickman and Homer on the stop for Windom.
So the Trojans will lose a couple there. Bringing up a 2nd and 12. So Sorensen now in the pistol with 1 man behind him and 2 wings. He'll look left, and that pass will be dropped. And
Pass incomplete, intended for number 85, Russell.
he's left.
Brings up 3rd and 12 for the Trojans.
That's the first pass he's thrown. Just found out he's a lefty.
with 4 minutes and 19 seconds was his first throw. Well, after that discovery, he'll keep it, rolling out right. And that pass will go just off the fingertips of Alon.
Brings up 4th and 12 for the Trojans.
4th and 12 now for the Trojans.
Flag on the
There
field.
is a flag down. Flag is down. And we're just waiting on a call here. Looks like it'll be against the Trojans. Should not affect their decision on the punt.
Illegal player downfield. Windom declines the penalty. 4th and 12 for Worthington.
So the illegal man downfield is declined, bringing up 4th down now for the Trojans. Excuse me. Nathan Russell to punt, and a high snap. Nielsen set to return, but somehow that ball bounces right down the sideline. Oh, strange bounce. And that ball will be down right around the 18-yard line. So the Eagles inside their own red zone as they start this drive with 4:01 left on the clock. And the Eagles come back out, trying to duplicate their last scoring drive. Gilbertson in the shotgun. Nielsen will go in motion. He won't get the carry. Riley with a nice run, breaking it
in with a good gain on the play.
A tackle or two. Gain of about
Snap made by number 11.
8.
Sellerbry.
Maybe
Goal.
5 yards. Quite a bit of a difference between 5 and 8 yard carry.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for Windom.
So it was 5. Nice call. So 2nd and 5 now for the Eagles from their own 23. Trips lined up to the right side. One man to the left, and Nielsen a motion over. But it looks like Espenson left the line early there for Windom. Trying to get an early jump.
Ball start on Windom.
So that
5-yard penalty, bring up 2nd and 10.
So that'll take that 5-yard gain away, making it 2nd and 10. Once again, Gilbertson in the shotgun. Antjes next to him. Espenson motions over, but Antjes gets the carry. And he'll try to shake a tackle, but cannot break loose. And he'll gain about 2 yards there.
For the Trojans. Brings up 3rd and 8 for Windom.
So 3rd and 8 now for the Eagles, right at their own 20-yard line. Gilbertson back in the shotgun. Antjes next to him. He'll roll out to the left looking to pass. He'll find a wide open Peffer. And Peffer is dragged down at the 34-yard line.
That's the Windom Eagles.
So another big conversion on 3rd down for the Eagles, as these wide receivers are finding ways to get themselves wide open in big situations.
Both of those big conversions were on third down. And Espenson
Eli
is
Doyle
brought
on
down
the
behind
stop
the
for
line.
the Trojans. Espenson on the carry for Windom.
Looks like he'll lose about a yard there, bringing up 2nd and 11. Once again, the Eagles shift into an I formation. This time Gilbert's in a play action. Roll out Ryan. He'll keep this one for himself. He'll shake a man and scramble forward for a first down. So a nice move there by Gilbertson. Gives the Eagles a first down.
Good choice by Gilbertson on keeping it. With the defender defending Austin Fast pretty well.
So another first down coming up for the Eagles from their own 45-yard line, just short of midfield. 1:17 left to play in the first half, so the Eagles are hoping to put up a quick score to tie or even take the lead. Gilbertson takes it under center. He'll roll out left. He'll find nobody but throw it deep to Pepper. And a great defensive play made by G. Brown Ochethal. But there is a flag in the backfield. That'll be holding on Windom. So had that pass been completed, it still would have been taken back. So a 10-yard loss there for the Eagles.
Brings up 1st and 20 for Windom.
They'll bring up 1st and 20. Now not so close to midfield. Gilbertson back in the shotgun. One receiver to each side, and he'll look to pass. He'll throw it to Fast. And Fast will fall down immediately.
Pass complete.
The pass is completed at the 39-yard line.
By the Eagles.
Still short of the original line of scrimmage. And Coach Elwell will take a timeout for the Eagles. Little halftime performance by the Flags and Rifles coming up in about a minute and 1 second
as the first half comes to an end.
And with a minute and a second to play, we'll see if Coach Elwell decides to take a shot or just play it safe and stick to the ground game. Cameraman Brown Ogeka showing off some moves up in the Crew 22 studio. So Gilbertson will go from the shotgun out of the timeout. And he'll decide to go under center. He'll play action. And he is sworn, but he'll find Kyle Antes, who is open. And a great play by Luke Gilbertson. Not panicking and finding the open man.
And that's another Windom Eagles.
So first down now for the Eagles after the great play. Just a really nice job by Gilbertson to not panic and just scramble. He keeps himself composed, finds the open man, picking up the first down. And Gilbertson will roll out right away. And he'll is fast to open down the field. That ball just a little off.
Incomplete, intended for Fast.
And that is a tough throw to make
Windom
for Gilbertson
from the 45.
on the run. He had his man open, but just a tough throw to make. And with the incomplete, the clock stops at 28 seconds. 2nd and 10 from the Worthington 45.
Windom making some progress towards the touchdown.
Gilbertson will take a snap. He'll look deep to Fast again. That'll be picked off at the 35-yard line. He'll find some room and brought down at the Windom 32-yard line.
Pass intercepted by Ektenapong. Tyler Morgan on the stop.
The Worthington punt returner,
Troy
Troy
Espenson also on the stop.
Ektenapong, comes up with the interception, and it looks like there's an Eagle down on the field. Is that Gilbertson?
That is Luke.
Boy, sure hope he can return.
Not sure that the quarterback position is very deep on the Windom Eagles team.
Well, with a town of Windom size, I don't think any position is very deep. Gilbertson has taken his helmet off, but still not very much movement. So we got coaches and the trainer out. And trainer Ben Davis, along with Coach Elwell, help Gilbertson up, and he'll get off the field under his own power.
Just a little shaken up. Hopefully nothing too bad.
If so, if it is pretty bad, I don't know who the Eagles would go to for quarterback. Yeah, Luke seems to be
Trojans have a
busted up on the right arm down there.
33.
Got a nice cut. So now Worthington starting with great field position. They'll toss to Lovan, but Lovan will throw. Oh. A perfect ball.
Pass intended for number
But
32.
wide
Hurley.
receiver just couldn't come up with it. Dropped pass by Sean Hurley.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
I don't know what it was, but
Wow, and that would have been huge. Very huge.
.10 seconds now left of the first half. Worthington will take one more shot, maybe two.
So a big sigh of relief from the Eagles as their defensive back fell apart. And now Sorensen will throw a short screen to Lovan. He'll find some room.
But that runs the clock out of the first half.
Lovan on the carry, Nielsen on the stop for Windom. Your halftime score, the Worthington Trojans 13, the Windom Eagles 7.
Right now at McDonald's, get 5 meals for under $5. Only at McDonald's.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, E-double-L-Y. I said so, I keep it.
It will be 7-13 Worthington up at the beginning of the second half. And the kick is up. Low kick. Received by Devin Nielsen as he takes it up the middle of the field. But brought down at their own 30-yard line.
Nielsen on the return to the 30. Lopez on the stop for the Trojans. Brings up a 1st and 10 for Windom from the 30.
So Windom will start this drive from their own 30.
Gilbertson in shotgun. Antes to his right. 2 receivers out. Nielsen goes in motion, but hand off to Kyle Antes as he takes it up the middle for a gain of about
on the stop.
12 yards.
And that's Antes on the carry. And that's a Windom Eagles.
So Antes picks up the first down here on the 12-yard carry.
Great way to start the half.
So Antes gets another carry. He'll stumble a little bit at the line,
Rogers on the
but
stop.
make his way
That was
forward
Antes on the carry for
about a 6-yard
a
carry.
6-yard gain.
Bringing up
Brings
second
up
and 4.
second and 4 for the Eagles.
And I would also like to throw in that pre-game, when we were setting all this up, Matt got stung on the lip by a bee. So he's trying to recover from that injury. As Antes gets another carry, and he'll carry a couple guys for
Antes on
a
the
few
carry
yards.
for a 3-yard
Brought down
gain.
just short of the first down. About a
Rogers
yard
and
short.
Abraham on the stop for Worthington. Brings up.
So third and
and
short
one
now
for
for
Windom.
the Eagles. 3rd and 1 to be specific. Gilbertson back in the shotgun. And the motion into an I formation. Antes at fullback, Nielsen at tailback. Nielsen will get the toss. And looks like he'll be close to the first down. He
Nielsen
looks
on the
short,
carry.
but they might need to measure this.
Ektenapong on the stop for Worthington.
Looks so close, but referees call a time out on the field
Officials timeout
to
for a
measure.
measurement for Windom. Or for the officials.
It looks short, but maybe the chains will tell a different story.
It looks like they got the first down.
That's a
Also,
Windom
a
Eagles.
good decision to measure there by the officials. And the Eagles get just across midfield, right at the Worthington 48, where they will have a fresh drive, 1st and 10.
Gilbertson's going to line up in shotgun with Antes to his right, 2 slot receivers and 2 wide receivers. Nielsen goes in motion, hands off to Kyle Antes. And he's breaking a few tackles, and it looks like
He's on the
he's taken down by a group of Worthington Trojans. Gain of about 8 yards there.
Rogers, Wheatsama on the stop for Worthington.
And Gilbertson back in the shotgun. Espenson will motion over, but Antjes gets the carry. He'll find some room. He'll get to the outside. And he'll be brought down after a big gain. Gets down to the Worthington 22.
And that's another Windom Eagles.
Tony Lopez is the one who finally brought down Antjes. Well, he found a gap there, and there was nobody to be found. So the Eagles set up just outside of the red zone. Gilbertson in shotgun once again. Espenson a motion. Antjes gets the carry. And Antjes gets tripped up at the line. So he'll stumble right
Rogers
around the 20-yard line. Falling right into the red zone.
About 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles.
And now Espenson gets the carry. He'll get to the outside. Tackled out of bounds at the 5-yard line by Tony Lopez.
With another Windom Eagles.
But that brings up first down for the Eagles. Or excuse me, first and goal, as they will start this goal line attempt
First and goal
at
from
the
6-yard
7-yard line.
Eagles now in a great scoring position as they come out in the I formation. Espenson will get the carry, looking for his second touchdown of the night. He won't get it on that carry, but he'll still pick up a few yards.
Most of the Trojans on the stop. 1-yard gain for the Eagles.
Eagles take their second attempt. Hand off to Antjes. Met at the line again by a mob of Worthington Trojans.
Number 21, goal on the stop for Worthington.
Gain of about a yard. Inching their way towards the end zone.
Antjes on the carry. Brings up 3rd and goal from the 3.
So Antjes gets another carry, and he'll get into the end zone. That'll knock this game up at 13 apiece with 7:22 left to play in the third quarter. So 3 run plays gets the job done in the red zone. Antjes makes his way for about a 4-yard touchdown. And a PAT here would give the Eagles the lead. And the Eagles come out looking pretty good so far in this homecoming game.
Nielsen to attempt the extra point.
Devin Nielsen set to kick the extra point.
And Corey Rogers of Worthington, little jumpy there. Tried timing the snap count, but I'd say he didn't do a very good job.
Not at all, Adam, not at all.
So that will be encroachment on the
Offside
defense.
on the Trojans. Encroachment.
Eagles move up half the distance of the goal line.
So that'll make this field goal just about a yard shorter.
Kick is up, and it's good.
Extra point is good. Windom Eagles.
Good kick by Devin Nielsen right down the middle.
And Nielsen is now 2 for 2 on PATs tonight. And the Eagles take their first lead of the night on a very well engineered drive. You like the song, Matt?
I do.
Sometimes I really wish we had a TV up here so you guys at home could see Matt busting a few moves up here.
You betcha.
Oh. Matt, who sings this song?
Luke Bryan.
Let's keep it that way. Actually, you're wrong. Florida Georgia line, actually.
My mistake, Adam.
Hey, it's alright. We all make mistakes.
Eagles set to kick. Devin Homer kicking again.
And that's a pretty deep kick there for Homer. That'll be fielded at the 19. That'll be muffed at the 19. Tackled by number 54, Tyler Morgan.
Tyler Morgan and Isaac Cade on the stop.
And now a bunch of flags are thrown.
There's a penalty on the play. Two offsetting penalties. Be first and 10 for the Trojans from the 31.
So now the Trojans set to start this drive from their own 31-yard line. As another flag is thrown.
Not sure what is up with the flag. Whatever it is against the Trojans.
And Sorensen will keep this one. And he'll be met right around the 35-yard line
Espenson on the
by
stop.
Riley Espenson.
That'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Worthington Trojans. As they line up with 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. G. Brown goes in motion, but Sorensen keeps it, but gets taken down just a yard behind the line of scrimmage by Tyler Morgan.
For Windom.
It's a nice play there by Morgan to take down Sorensen in the backfield, resulting in about a 1-yard loss, bringing up 3rd and 7 for the Trojans from their own 35.
Looking to get
Brings up
a
3rd and
stop
7
here to
for
bring up a
Worthington.
4th down for the Trojans. And another chance at offense. As the Windom Eagles fans rumble their feet on the bleachers, make some noise. And the ball in the backfield. And it looks like the Eagles fell on top of it. Devin Homer jumped on it. It's a huge change of possession there. As the Eagles will now take over
Recovery for Windom.
from the Worthington 30-yard line.
From the 35 for the Eagles.
A great play by Devin Homer to fall on top of the loose ball, giving the Eagles this wonderful starting position.
As Luke Gilbertson heads out to the huddle, Eagles will begin their second offensive drive of the second half.
Gilbertson will come out in the shotgun. Nielsen on motion, but Antes will get the carry. And it looks like Antes will be stopped right at the line.
Antes on the carry for no gain. Rogers on the stop for the Trojans.
And once again, it's a beautiful night down here at Island Park.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Gilbertson in shotgun. Antes to his right. He drops back and looks for open receiver Austin Fast, and he comes up with a nice catch. Austin Fast catches it.
Gilbertson
Yards past.
completion.
A few yards past the first down.
Rogers and Lopez on the stop.
Great throw by Luke to get himself a nice fresh down.
But there was a flag thrown in the backfield. That'll be roughing the passer against the Trojans.
The passer on the Trojans. Be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the play.
So that'll add on 15 more yards.
And that's another Windom Eagles.
So the Eagles now deep in Trojan territory. As they have this fresh set of downs at the Worthington 10. And Gilbertson will start back up in shotgun. He'll give it to Antes. Antes finds some room to the outside. And a flag is thrown right at the 1-yard line.
Antes was knocked out of bounds about the 2-yard line.
Sauerbry and Lopez on the stop. That's Antes to the 1-yard line.
Looks like there might have been some helmet-to-helmet contact there. And there was.
Personal foul on the
So
Trojans.
helmet-to-helmet contact there against Worthington. That'll go half the distance to the goal line. And half the distance from the 2 would be the 1. So that's where the Eagles will start back up. And of course the penalty
First and
results in a
goal.
first down. So first and goal from the 1.
From the 1.
Quarterback Gilbertson will keep it.
Gilbertson gets right up the middle as another Windom Eagles touchdown with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left of the
That's Luke
third
Robertson,
quarter.
the keeper for a Windom Eagle touchdown.
And that touchdown gives the Eagles a 7-point lead. So a good play call there from Coach Elwell. Just to have Gilbertson keep it and run right up behind his center.
Nielsen to attempt the extra point for Windom.
And Devin Nielsen lines up for the PA team. Already 2 for 2 tonight. Kick is up. Make it 3 for 3.
Good.
And now an 8-point lead for the Eagles.
The Worthington Trojans 13.
So that touchdown was scored with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Eagles now lead by 8, 21 to 13. Eagles so far outscoring the Trojans 14-0 here in the second half. So that one will be fielded at about the 27. Isaac Tade with a nice wrap-up tackle at the 36-yard line.
Number 7, Toddy on the stop. Worthington has 1st and 10 from the 36.
Worthington will start the drive at their own 36.
And Sorensen will give it over. And Lovan will find some room, and don't bother catching up to him. That'll be a touchdown.
Lovan with the touchdown run for the Trojans.
So about a 64-yarder. Just absolutely shuts down all of the Windom momentum. Score now 21-19. Well, that's certainly how you tear down a team's morale. They march down the field and then come back with one play, and they're right back in it. But boy, you give that Robert Lovan some space and he'll really hurt you.
Only being a sophomore this year, he has a few years to play. Or, excuse me, a
And
junior.
Sorensen comes out as they go for two to try and tie this game up. He'll roll out, and he'll... Wow. He looked to have been sacked, but he stayed in the air, or he stayed up long enough
Is good.
to get the touchdown, or to get the two-point conversion. And that'll knock this game up at 21.
The Eagles 21, the Worthington Trojans 21.
So, just like that, the Trojans come back from this 8-point deficit and tie it up in about 11 seconds. Let's just hope that can completely shut down the Eagles' momentum, or even worse, give the Trojans momentum.
Worthington's out, ready to kick off as the Eagles join them. With again Nielsen and Fast back to receive.
Dylan Nelson kicks off for the Trojans, and Nielsen will field it at the 20-yard line. He'll make a few moves and get tackled right around the 45-yard line. So 25-yard return there for Nielsen.
Rogers on the stop for Worthington.
Sets up the
Brings up
Eagles
a
with 1st and 10 from their own 45.
Windom.
Not a bad return by Nielsen.
Not bad at all. Racking up 25 yards there.
Gilbertson will be in shotgun. Antes to his right. Nielsen goes in motion, but handoff to Kyle Antes. Finds room and brings it up just inches short. Maybe possibly
Number
got the
6
first
man.
down.
Ochito with the stop.
Not sure they quite got it. Yep, they'll call him short. They'll call him just a little bit short. Bringing up second and just inches here.
For the Eagles.
Eagles did get across midfield So they are in Trojan territory, right off of the 45-yard line. And now Antes gets the carry. That'll be enough for the first down.
Kyle Antes on a 2-yard gain.
He'll get the first down and about a yard more.
Bruns on the stop. And that's the Windom Eagles.
So now the Eagles have a fresh set of downs from about the 43.5-yard line.
Gilbertson will be in shotgun. Antes to his right as they transfer it into an I formation. Fake handoff to Nielsen. Gilbertson looking for room. And a late flag will be thrown
Complete pass.
as Gilbertson is brought down way after the play is over. That'll be a personal foul on Zach Bruns of Worthington.
Two flags on the field. The penalties offset bring up 2nd and 10 for Windom.
So there is a penalty call on both teams there. Roughing the passer on Worthington. But not quite sure what it was against Windom. I think it was a ineligible man downfield. But now Antes gets the carry.
Kyle Antes of a
first down.
5-yard gain.
He'll rush forward for about 5.
Rogers and Murillo
Bringing
on
up
the
a
stop
2nd and
for the
5.
Trojans. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Eagles.
And now that'll be Nielsen on the carry. He'll be hit from behind.
Devin
So
Nielsen
he'll fall forward for a
on
few
the carry.
yards.
Abraham and Murillo on the stop for the Trojans. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So the two student sections going at it here with a little cheering. I'm going to have to give that win to the Eagle student section. But now Gilbertson comes out in shotgun and he'll give it to Antes up the middle.
Trying to find room, but again met by a group of Trojans.
Rogers on the stop.
Stop.
Trojans.
Stop maybe a yard
Antes on the
behind the
carry
line
for
of
the
scrimmage.
Will bring up 4th
And I believe that
and
will
3 for Windom.
So 4th down now here for the Eagles. We'll see if they decide to go for it.
and it looks like they will.
So Gilbertson back in the shotgun again. This time it'll be a play action. He'll launch it deep to Pepper. And that ball just out of his reach.
Incomplete pass. Pass intended for Pepper.
So that'll be a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs.
So the Trojans now take over from their own 36-yard line. Correction, from their own 35-yard line. As we wind down to a minute and a half left to play in the third quarter. This game still knotted up at 21 apiece. And an official's timeout here to just fix some equipment. And now we're set to go. And Sorensen will give it to Levon. And once again, he'll find some room. And he'll fall forward. Looks just short of the first down.
Stop made by Muntz.
Levon with some pretty quick feet there.
Pinkman.
Getting around a few Windom defenders.
Levon on the carry. Bring up second and short for the Trojans.
And looks like he will fall just about a yard short. And now Sorensen gives it to the fullback here.
Tyler Morgan on the stop for the Eagles.
That was Torrey
Rogers
Rogers
on the carry for the
on the
Trojans.
carry. And that short gain will be enough for the first down, as the Trojans set up right at midfield with a fresh set of downs. Clock still ticking down to 45 seconds. And Sorensen will give the ball to the wing there. That's Johnny Murillo.
Morgan and Fast on the stop.
So the Trojans set up 2nd and 5 from the Windom 45-yard line. And Sorensen will give it off to Rogers.
Kyle Antes with the tackle.
And he'll just gain a couple there. As
Carried by
Antes on the
44
stop.
Rogers. Bringing us to the end of the third quarter with a tie score.
And time will run out in the third quarter. Score knotted up 21 apiece. And we'll get set for the final quarter of play. So a pretty even matchup so far here tonight, as both teams have found their way to score. Worthington certainly attacking the ground game, as they've only thrown a few passes here tonight, maybe 2 or 3. And the Eagles a much more balanced attack. Song, Living on a Prayer, personal favorite of mine. So with the quarter changing, we will also change sides. And the Eagles have taken the field, as have the Trojans. And we are set to begin fourth quarter play.
It'll be third and about 3 yards for the Trojans as they line up in I formation. Hand off to Levon. He finds some room and he gets past the first down marker.
Levon on the carry.
And the Eagles could really use this win
Zamzow with the
as
tackle.
they hope to advance to 2-2.
Be a 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
And now Sorensen lines up under center. He'll give it up the middle, but there will be a timeout called first. That'll be a timeout taken by Windom. Their first of the half. Matter of fact, the first timeout by either team in the second half. And the Trojans here obviously looking to score, see if they can break this tie. That would sure be a big moment in this game if they could manage to find the end zone once again. Once the Trojans have gotten into the red zone, they have had no trouble converting.
Morgan and Nantes on the stop. Along with Garms.
Now 2nd and 7 here for the Eagles. Sorensen comes back out under center. He'll give it to Lovan, and he'll be hit right away by Riley Espenson.
Tackle. Take a loss of 2. Johnny Murillo on the run for the Trojans. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Trojans.
So after that loss of 2, it'll be 3rd and 9 here for the Trojans. And a flag will be thrown before the ball is snapped. Looks like the Trojan had one too many guys in the huddle.
Illegal substitution on the Trojans, 5-yard penalty.
It'll be a legal substitution.
Bring up 3rd and 14 for the Trojans.
Now we'll take them back 5 yards. And it'll now be 3rd and long for the Trojans as they are backed up to the Windom 39. And Sorensen will take it. And he'll look deep across the middle. And that will hit nobody.
That's incomplete.
As that'll bring up 4th and 14 for Worthington.
Intended for Actenopong.
If they want to go for it, it'll be a 56-yard field goal.
4th and 14 for the Trojans.
And they wisely decide to punt. This might be a situation where you throw them a fake punt, but that's not the case. And that ball will bounce into the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 20 for Windom.
That will take them to their own 20-yard line.
And now the Eagles will set up this drive from their own 20 with just over 10 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter. Game still knotted up. And now we see the Eagles offense once again. They'll move into that I formation. And Gilberton will toss it out to Nielsen. He'll fight for it for about maybe a yard.
Number 40 Murillo on the stop for the Trojans. Bring up 2nd and 9 for Windom.
So he will get a yard there, making it 2nd and 9 from the Windom 21. Or 2nd and 8 from the 22. Guess he got a little bit further than I thought he did. And now Gilberton gives it left to Nielsen. And the Trojans have that one well
Rogers on the
scouted.
stop. Nielsen on the carry, brings up third and
Yep, Trojans scout that one out well.
3rd and 11.
Beating Nielsen
for
right away in
Windom.
the backfield. So that'll back the Eagles up to the 19-yard line, making it a 3rd and 11 as we pass the 9-minute mark. And now Gilbert's going to roll out left. He'll find Pepper on a curl, and that ball will fall right out of Pepper's
Pass intended
hands.
for Pepper.
A good ball there from Gilbertson. Pepper just
Fourth
couldn't
and
bring it
11
in.
for Windom.
Eagles so close to making another first down on a 3rd down conversion.
As the Eagles have done a pretty good job of getting those conversions when they need to on 3rd down.
Nielsen back to punt again.
And then a low snap. Nielsen still gets it off, and it's a low kick. But it takes a good roll. And that'll be scooped up right around the 48. And once again, Tyler Morgan
on the
makes a
return.
special teams tackle.
Tackle made by Tyler Morgan.
So Worthington will
And
set
Gavin
up
Mutz.
right around the Windom 44-yard line. And once again, Robert Levon is having some helmet issues. And it'll be Levon with the carry. And he'll get to the outside. And again, he finds some room.
Lovan on the carry. Tyler Morgan with the tackle.
And Tyler Morgan brings him down right about the
Brings
22-yard
up a
line.
1st and 10 from the 20 for Worthington.
And the Eagles have had a tough time stopping Levon pretty much all night.
Very quick on his feet again. Hard to tackle when they just keep moving and moving and moving and moving.
And now that'll be Rogers on the carry. But he'll just gain a couple
Rogers
there.
on the carry. Antes and Morgan on the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 3 for the Trojans.
And now the Trojans set up from the Windom 19, just inside the red zone, and Levon gets another carry.
Lovan on the carry.
And now they'll have it about
Atkinson
2nd and 3.
Antes on the stop. 3rd and 3 for Worthington. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 5 for Worthington. It's not 2nd down anymore. Sorensen back out under center once again. And the whole Windom defensive line jumps. So Worthington decided to switch up the snap count a little bit.
Offsides on the Eagles. Bring up 1st and 10 from the 11.
And now the Trojans come out with Sorensen back under center. And once again a flag will be thrown as the ball is snapped.
Timeout taken by Windom.
And a timeout will be taken by the Eagles. Looks like that timeout was taken before before the flags were thrown. Just look around the crowd. I spotted a Windom Eagle football alumni in the crowd. Jack Marshall, so I just like to give him a shout out. Jack, of course, did pretty good in his days here at Windom High. Of course, it's always fun to see alumni coming back to support our school and our current players. And now Worthington comes back out. 1st and 10 from the 11. Levon gets another carry. He'll get forward for about 5.
Morgan and Mutz on the tackle.
He's brought down by Tyler Morgan and Gavin Mutz. And now 2nd and 5. As once again Levon gets the carry. And he'll fall just short of the end zone. So nice job by Devin Homer to stop Levon before he could cross the goal line.
Homer on the stop for Windom.
Hopefully the Eagles can come up with a few more stops like that. Maybe get out of this drive unharmed.
Timeout for measurement.
And the officials want to take a little measure here. So they'll take an official's timeout. That'll be a 1st down. So 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
First and goal.
And Sorensen gives it off to Levon. He'll fall forward into the end zone, and finally this tie is broken. Worthington takes a 27-21 lead with 5:48 left to play. So now Manuel Dominguez set to kick the extra point here. He's on for his 3rd attempt. 1 for 2 on the night. And the penalty flag is thrown. And the official comes to give us the call. That'll be encroachment on the defense. So that'll move the ball just a little bit closer to the goal line.
Looks like they'll go for 2 points here.
That does sure look like the case, as Manuel Dominguez is no longer on the field for the Trojans. And when you're only about 1.5 yards away, there's no reason not to go for 2. And again, Levon has to have his helmet adjusted. But now he's set to go, and he'll get the carry. And Antes camping him down in the backfield. But a group of Eagles gets to him before he can get the two-point conversion, keeping this just to a 6-point game.
With only 5 minutes and 48 seconds left, the Eagles really need to score here.
And of course, just under 6 minutes being plenty of time to score. Eagles should be in no rush to launch the ball down the field or taking a big shots when they have just about half a quarter to work with.
Dylan Nelson to kick out for the Trojans.
And now Fast and Nielsen back team to return for the Eagles. Nelson gives it a kick. And Nielsen will let that one go out of bounds. So a good decision. And because kicking the ball out of bounds on a kickoff is a penalty, the Eagles will start with very good field position.
Eagles will have the ball
from their own 35-yard line.
First and 10, Windom.
So now the Eagles come out looking to take the lead here. Trailing by 6, 27-21. And Antes will get the carry. He'll fight forward for about a 4-yard gain.
Antes on the carry. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
So it's now 2nd and 6 for the Eagles as Antes gets another carry, and he'll find some room. That'll be a first down. And he'll get it into Trojan territory, just crossing midfield at the Worthington 49. He's finally brought down.
So Windom Eagles.
So now the Eagles set up 1st and 10 in Worthington territory. A great carry by Antes to hopefully spark a rally for this Eagle team as they still trail by 6 points.
4 minutes and 53 seconds left of the game.
And Gilbertson bobbles the snap, but thankfully he comes up with it. So the Eagles now back on their side of the field after losing about 3.
Bring up
They're back to their own 48. And now Gilbertson comes out in the shotgun, trips receivers to his left and one to his right. And Espenson will go in motion, but it'll be a pass. Luke looks deep, and that ball very nearly picked off.
Pass intended for Austin Fast.
So a potential game changer there.
3rd and 13 for the Eagles.
But luckily, Worthington could not come down with the interception.
That'll bring up 3rd and 13 for the Eagles. Looking to convert to a first down here.
So Gilbertson and the Eagles very lucky that that ball just fell incomplete.
Gilbertson will line up in shotgun and to his right.
And he'll look to pass. He'll look deep for Fast. And Fast not even
intended for Austin Fast.
Fast not even knowing where the ball was.
And 13.
The ball
for
falls
Windom.
about 5 yards to his right. Double coverage there on Fast, so a tough throw to make. That now brings up 4th and 13, so a pivotal point now in this game with 4 minutes. And the Eagles in desperate need of a conversion here. An obvious passing situation. Espenson will go in motion. Gilbertson takes the snap. He'll look on the short pass to Espenson, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pass intended for
Trojans
Espenson,
take over
incomplete.
from the Windom 48 with just under
Worthington
4
will take
minutes
over
left to
at
play.
48.
Looks like Levon is laying down in the field. Something must be wrong after that could-be tackle.
So Levon's still down on the field.
And now the student section of Windom is calling Adam Farhag's name, the broadcaster here up here with me.
An obvious fan favorite. But so Levon's still down on the field. Trainers seem to be looking at one of his legs, probably his left leg. So Levon has been a big threat tonight for the Trojans, and if he is knocked out of this game, that could be a really good situation for the Eagles, as they have certainly struggled slowing down his run game, and the Trojans have not had much of a ground attack outside of Robert Levon. .56 left to play in the fourth quarter. Once again, this is our homecoming football game. Next week, your Windom Eagles are off to Blueworth High School, where they will take on the Buccaneers. Then they're right back home against Jackson and end the regular season with 2 away games, 1 in Laverne and 1 in Pipestone. And the Trojans right now are 0-2 as they lost to Waseca 47-0. Waseca obviously a bigger school. Then lost to Laverne 36-13. So easily the closest game that the Trojans have played in this year, as thankfully Robert Levon does get to his feet and under the aid of a Worthington player and a coach will make his way off of the field. And now we can finally resume action. Worthington will start this drive from the Windom 48 following the turnover on downs.
Eagles will need a quick stop to get another chance on offense.
And now Sorensen's going to roll out to his left, and he'll slide down behind the line of scrimmage, right at midfield.
The keeper.
He saw Austin Fast coming in and just kind of gave himself up there.
Brings up second.
Wanted to avoid the
for
contact.
The Trojans.
And we hit the 3:20 mark in the fourth quarter. And the Trojans come out with two receivers wide right. And looks like that'll be Tory Rogers on the carry.
Rogers on the carry for Worthington. Antes and Espenson with the tackle.
Gain of about 3 yards.
Third and 11 for third and 10 for the Trojans.
So the Trojans come out 3rd and 9 from the Windom about 47-yard line. And the Trojans let the clock wind down before taking a timeout with 2:28 left to play.
The Trojans.
A big play coming up here, a very pivotal play in this game, where a third down conversion could potentially mean the end here for the Eagles, but a stop here means the Eagles are anything but finished. The Trojans have not looked to their passing attack much, and when they have, it has yet to be successful. But with 3rd and 9 here, you might have to look for a pass just to try and get that conversion. On the flip side, though, if you stick to the ground game,
3rd and 9 from the
the
48
clock will still run. And you could just rely on your defense to make the stop, which the Trojans have done a decent job at doing. But we'll see what Coach Grimius of Worthington does here. He will stick to the ground. That'll be Eknapong. And he'll be stopped short of the first down at the 40-yard line. So a nice tackle there for Espenson. And that ball looks like it's spotted a little bit further up than what it should be.
Ektenapong on the carry.
It looks like he got brought down right at the 40. But the refs are going to give him about an extra yard. So that could really come back to hurt the Eagles, especially if this results in a first down.
As they bring out the chains for a measurement.
And he'll be short.
It's short.
About a foot.
Fourth down.
That'll bring up 4th down for the Trojans. More than likely going to go for it just to see if they can give him a chance about keeping the ball out of the Eagles' hands.
And when it's 4th and about a foot, it's really a no-brainer to try and take a shot, especially when you're in the other team's territory. And it looks like Windom is going to take their final timeout of the half. So both teams strategizing now about how they're going to handle this next play. The Eagles probably heavily anticipating a run. And of course a stop here would mean everything to the Eagles, as they would get the ball back in decent territory and still have roughly 2 minutes to play with.
4th down.
So certainly big spot in this game. And a QB sneak wouldn't be a bad decision here. And that's what he'll stick with. And they'll easily get the first.
Down. Trojans.
Trojans sure looked like they had some early movement in the backfield. But must not have been bad enough to get the call. So the Trojans now have it. First down and 10 from the Windom 36. And they'll just look to run down the clock here as Windom is out of timeouts. And that'll be
Ektenapong on the carry.
Ektenapong on the carry.
Tyler Morgan on the stop.
He picked up about 6 there, bringing up 2nd and 4. And with 1:20 left, it looks like the Trojans will walk out of here with their first win of the season. So they will improve to 1-2 as Rogers gets the handoff and the first down.
Espenson and Zamzow
The
on the
Trojans
stop.
will improve to 1-2,
Ektenapong.
and the Eagles will
On the
fall to 1-3. Next week for the Trojans, they get to head back home where they will take on Marshall, who is beating Jackson by a pretty hefty amount. And for the Eagles, they head up to Blue Earth.
Trojans will start now with 54 seconds left of the game.
They'll line up in victory formation. And Sorensen will knee the ball down.
Sorensen to Neal.
So great effort tonight from both teams. Of course, Worthington just pulled out a little bit better here. Just performed slightly better overall than the Eagles. Of course, both teams missed some ample opportunities to score. But that will be the final play of this game. Trojans win here on homecoming night, 27-21. So once again, a very well-fought game here from the Eagles.
Trojans 27, the Windom Eagles 21.
The Eagles certainly struggled with defending the ground game and just couldn't come up really when they needed to. But that'll do it here from Island Park. Along with Matt Thiesfeld, I'm Adam Farg. And for Channel 22, good night.